Why is it cool to talk about fairies and pixie dust and all this black girl magic and all this? And there's always, whenever they're talking about this black girl magic, there's always this like crystal work and sage and this and that. All these healers and all these goddesses, quote unquote, and all these labels. Black people, this is really just the world. Not even black people, but this is really, this is everybody. But why are we in the place in the world where we are so comfortable? We want to accept crystals. We want to accept sage. We want to accept burning incense and all this fairy energy and my planet body and just all this type of lingo of today, these whole ancestral chants and just the way it's really, but yet there's still never any God in it. You see, I don't mind if you want to talk like ancestral chants and bonds and whatever, even though I still really, but it's one thing if you want to speak these things, you want to use crystals or you want to use incense, but God is at the core of these teachings. All these women out here claiming to be goddesses and all this, but there's no word of God out of their mouth. It's just this nature and like, man, Satanism will come at you through nature. All these Wicca books and Satan teachings and all these, they all talk about nature and being one with nature. So they disguise their true nature by just saying that they're more of a naturalistic study. I've spoken to people who they would mean everything on them says Wicca. But you speak to them, just me, sometimes I can be an asshole. And let me hear how this Wicca person really like talks about her quote unquote religion, because I know what it is. I know what it means to worship Satan. I know what it means when you say you worship the devil, but they'll spin it in a way that they'll just say, oh, we just, believe in nature and the elements and earth and fire, and we just believe in, birds and stuff. Like, nice try, lady. But you ask them, what do all these things? What's your main foundation for your religion? And they tell you it's nature, that we just believe in trees and this and that. So all these goddesses and all this energy of today, 2023, this energy where we want to believe in every other kind of supernatural thing except God. We will speak every other supernatural tongue. We will speak every other supernatural lingo. We will believe in anything. Fairies and my goddess energy and the stars and the astrological signs and blah blah blah, but you have no God in you backing up all these signs that you're getting. Why are we comfortable speaking on every other supernatural force except the only force, the only one that we actually are supposed to be speaking about? We're quick to support people talking about fairies. We're quick to support all this black girl magic and all this, anything with magic, dude, knock it off. God don't deal with magic. God deals with God. The devil is who wants to come and, it's magic. No, it's a lie. Every energy on this planet belongs to God. Let me just say that. So even all these spells and chantings that all these quote unquote witches do and demons and all these dark forces that the darkest souls practice and play around with, all this witchcraft and sorcery and all these things, and read your Bible if you have no clue what I'm talking about, but this does exist. So all these people that play around with it, the devil has power, but at the end of the day, the devil's power is still God's. Like, all the energy being manipulated is God's energy. Everything on this universe belongs to God. Satan is just who uses that energy and uses it for wrong. And he has taught and is teaching people how to use this energy for wrong. Everything that exists belongs to God. It's not a matter of what you do with it. That's why the Bible tells you before you is life and death. It's up to you to choose. The energy is here. People just choose to use that energy negatively and they manipulate it for sorceries and witchcraft. But the devil is who teaches them how to even manipulate it. The same way you go to God and God will teach you how to start using, he will teach you how to pray better. He will teach you different chants. He will teach you different teachings, just different things. He will teach you different melodies, and just God will teach you how he needs to teach you. As you grow in him, you will grow in your knowledge of spiritual understanding. the same way the devil does. But all that energy being used and manipulated still belongs to God. So that's why it's like we don't fear all that. Yeah, Satan is doing this and Satan can fly through the night. Oh well, good for him. That still belongs to God, because there will come that time when God is like, yeah, well, give me my shit back. And the nigga is stuck on the floor, crawling on his belly. That the fact that he went from a snake flying in the sky to crawling on his belly was God's way of showing him, nigga, that's just how much I own you. At the end of the day, God will strip all his powers and there's nothing he can do other than accept whatever God gives him. So all this energy, it's not even giving the devil power, giving him any reason to feel himself like he's this powerful guy. No, everything he uses, he is borrowing from God. So it's just like, why are we so comfortable accepting every other energy on this planet? We so quick to just say, oh, I'm on my goddess tip, I'm on my goddess vibe. But there's never any mention of God from them. I'm on my just whatever, this whole fairy energy, which is, I wish I could I'll tag the video if I can, which is what even motivated me to come and make this video, because it's just like, after a while you just get tired of, like, man, everybody wants to come with their own idea of spirituality. Like, at the end of the day, I cannot support this whole concept of to each his own when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to faith, when it comes to God. I cannot accept that to each his own, because there's 7 billion, now 8 billion people on this planet, which means there's 8 billion different ways people can think. So if there is no, like, centering pole, in a sense, to just that foundation to hold everybody, all 8 billion souls in line, if 8 billion people can just go however they want to go, that's chaos. There's no order. This one wants to say, well, I believe in this. Well, this one says, I want to believe in this. A serial killer has his beliefs that will be against this person's beliefs. The serial killer can justify his beliefs according to whatever faith he decides he wants to. Nowadays, they want to okay satanism. So now a serial killer will go around saying he's killing 8 bodies a night because according to his religion, he can. Because Satan says he can. And then here's this Christian over here saying, well, no, you can't do that. If we tell everybody to each his own, nobody can tell the serial killer he's wrong. And this Christian saying that's bad is like, who are you? So now this guy gets to go around and keep killing everybody. No consequences, because to each his own, right? No, we're not supposed to tell anybody what to do. We're not supposed to tell anybody how to be. Nobody can have the real opinion on what's right and what's wrong. We should just leave everybody alone to do them. Well, that gets chaos. Like, eventually there has to be people to be like, you know what? No, like, God actually does exist. Like, no, there actually is only one order on planet Earth. And that has to go along with God's order. Like, anything other than that, you're talking nonsense. So it's like, to just okay everything, which is where we're at on planet Earth. Everything is just okayed, and you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings because you want to tell everybody that they have a right to feel what they feel. I'm sorry, a serial killer, you want to tell a serial killer that he's justified to feel how he feels and that he has the right to go around killing 20 people for whatever reason? That's, in a sense, what you're okaying when you say to each his own. But see, when you now have a common belief in God, then everybody is of one mind. So all 8 billion people on the planet all know how to just function in unison for one collective cause, for one collective unit. That's where God comes in, to just be that one centering principle that can run this planet so all 8 billion people are not clashing into each other. That's the point of God. For everybody to have this one solid core foundation. And we can interweave through people. We can interweave in life with each other. No chaos. But when this person is allowed to believe what they want to believe, and this person can believe what they want to believe, and this person wants to believe all this, and that person wants to believe, it's like, okay, well, where are we going with this? Like, where are we going? What's the point if that's the case? Like, what's the point if that's the case? Just okaying everything? This one wants to be a goddess. This one is a fairy. This one wants to be Tinkerbell. This one is a warlock. This one is like just all these things, man. Greetings, Grand Rising, Saturn people, and just people always come with all these terms and all these slogans and all these words and all these just gimmicks. And it's like, where's God in all that? Oh, happy nature, happy this, happy whatever the heck these people are always saying. And it's like, there's no God in your words. Anyways, I wish I could remember what the video was that even inspired this. But it's just, after a while, it's just like, man, there's so much blasphemy on this planet. Sheesh. There's so much blasphemy on this planet. And it's like the audacity to keep. It's like we live in God's world. This is his world. To be in his world, like you're not going to come into my house and think you're just going to say anything and do anything and disrespect my house and not give a dang about my house and not, like, you're just going to open up the fridge and eat anything, pour yourself heck of drinks, wipe your muddy shoes on my couch. Like, you're just going to be a mess in here. And it's like, really? This is my house. You will live according to how I say my house functions. So the fact that we think we don't have to live on earth according to how God has set the standards, everybody wants to come and claim to be their own. I'm a fairy. But there is not a single drop of God in your words, in your mannerisms, in what you're saying. Anyways, peace.